Coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas. This is a Drinking Buddies podcast. I'm Quentin.
And I'm Alex.
And welcome to our show.
On this podcast, you're going to hear about all things sports. Specifically, we're going to talk about basketball. We're going to talk about football. We'll talk about baseball and
The philosophy of the game. Give me a real one. There we go. There we go. Welcome to another edition of Drinking Buddies podcast. My name is Quentin.
And I'm Alex.
And welcome to our show.
Welcome to our show, guys.
The Dirty Dozen.
Los 12.
Los 12. Yeah, okay.
That's Tex-Mex.
No, I don't even know what that is.
Jacked up. That's what that is.
All right, so we're going to, on this episode, we're going to do a year in review. We're welcoming in the new year.
Happy 2025.
Happy 2025, folks. But we're going to recap everything that went on in terms of our predictions for 2024.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about some of our predictions going forward. So, how are you feeling in this new year?
You know what? I'm optimistic. I'm excited. My bet with the Chiefs is still alive.
That's right.
That's a big one. But more than that, if you're a Spurs fan, how can you not be just jazzed?
Oh, I'm pumped.
I don't give a damn that they've had a little hiccup recently with Memphis and a couple other teams. They're so much better than they were in 2023 when Wemby was a rookie.
Absolutely. They've definitely stepped up this year, and I think regardless of their record, the fact that they're competing in games, I think that's going to be good for them going forward. But let's just jump right into it. Let's start off with segment 1, Reflections.
Reflections of the way life used to be. Reflections of... Okay,
right.
Don't quit my day job. I got it. Let's talk baseball real fast.
Yeah.
You know, baseball is usually the ugly stepchild on our show.
Yeah.
But let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so...
I happen to be Nostra Baby Bear because you called it. You said it was going to be the Yankees and the Dodgers, and I looked at you like you were a putz, and you said, and I think the Dodgers are going to win. Why didn't you give me this information so we can go to Vegas and win some money, son?
I don't know. I just felt like Ohtani was having a monster year, and I just felt like the Dodgers were too good. And
he set history. He's the only guy with a 50-50.
Yeah.
50 home runs, 50 stolen bases. Amazing.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
Probably the greatest baseball player on earth right now.
And they just smacked the crap out of the Yankees, didn't they?
And the Yankees were good.
Yeah, and they owned Judge. I mean, they made him... They jailed the Judge is what they did.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. So
I was feeling pretty good about that prediction, but we didn't really have time to talk about baseball the way that things lined up. But excited for next season, too. But let's talk about the NFL, too.
let's do that because we are smack dab in the playoffs right now.
Right. At the time of this recording, it's the semis.
Yeah.
We're...
Chiefs, Houston, Texans.
Chiefs, Texans.
You got Ravens, Bills. You got Eagles, Rams. You got the Lions and the Commanders. There's all good games. Every single game is good.
So looking back, you had made the prediction that the Cowboys were going to suck.
And you said I was nuts.
I did. I gave the Cowboys way too much credit. I thought they were going to be like 12-6 this year.
And they couldn't even screw up.
Yeah.
Losing because they wound up winning like 4 of their last 5.
Yeah.
Dumbass Cooper Rush. What did you do? You didn't even get your bonus because Jerry sat you down for the last game. So good on you, buddy. I'd have just laid an egg and said, F it. We're going to get a top 5 pick.
Yeah. I think, and that's the strategy I was hoping the Dolphins were going to take because I had a feeling the Dolphins were going to have a struggling season. But then, of course, Tua got hurt again. Tua's can't stop getting concussed.
Yeah. That last one was vicious.
Oh my God, man.
That one, he was like
like his arms were like he was
bad,
contorting.
Dude.
It was like
it was
Jesus.
Horrible. Yeah.
He's done that before. So I don't know how many more beatings that kid can take before he's going to hang it up. But I mean, that's what caused people like Troy Aikman to retire, Steve Young to retire.
Yeah.
They were getting too many concussions. And,
too many.
It's really unfortunate, but the Dolphins struggled. Tyreek Hill has been sort of flirting with wanting out.
Oh, he's been doing more than flirting. He's like, I'm gone, y'all.
But then he talked to McDaniel and they work things out. But I don't know whether we keep Hill or not.
We'll see.
At this point, we're kind of in purgatory because we're not quite bad enough to get like a game-changing,
top 5 pick.
And we're not
You're
good
middling.
enough. We're not good enough to be. We're in the middle. We're always going to be in the middle. So that's kind of where I figured the Dolphins would be, and that kind of came to fruition.
And that sucks. I mean, but the thing is, you weren't enthused about the season. You're like, man, we're going to be in the middle and it's going to suck. And I said, Dallas is going to suck big time. We're not even going to make the playoffs. I mean, even at work, my boss, before I retired, he's like, oh man, I saw that episode, dude, where you said that the Cowboys were going to make it. You must be high. I got to get you drug tested. And I said, no, dude, I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Dallas is going to suck. They lost people. They lost a running back. They lost some players on the defensive end. I knew they were going to hit the crapper. But
the biggest loss, I think, was their D coordinator. I think that's what really hurt them the most.
And it's obvious because the Commanders are in the second round of the playoffs.
Right.
So, yeah.
And Dallas's defense went from the best last year to one of the worst this year, in the toilet this year.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was surprised about that.
Yeah. But let's talk about the postseason. Let's go ahead and change the subject from our subpar shitty teams. There are some really good teams in the playoffs, man. Yeah. I mean, I think the Chiefs are going to go all the way. I think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but that's of course my ticket talking, right? My 5Gs is talking. But anybody in the AFC could not only win it, but they could win the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then you've got the NFC. I mean,
where it's really kind of the NFC to me is a two-man race between the Lions and the Eagles, and that's not even certain because the Commanders can come in and upset the Lions in a very realistic way, and the Eagles can get upset by the Rams in a very realistic way. Well, because
what did they do last week?
They beat the hell out of the Vikings. they obliterated the Vikings.
Absolutely spot on.
And Jalen Hurts may or may not be 100%.
Yeah.
So
and that defense is good. And I thought they were going to take a step back without Aaron Donald.
So the NFC is a toss up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I agree. I thought, but that kid that they got, Kobe Turner, that kid has proven to be probably the best defensive tackle out of this year's draft.
Absolutely.
He was taken pretty. I don't know when he was taken, maybe the third or fourth round.
Yeah, he wasn't a first rounder.
No,
they just know Sean McVay knows how to assess and select talent.
I agree.
Yeah.
But with regard to the Chiefs, right? Because we both predicted that the Chiefs were going to take it all the way. They're still in it as of this recording. I really hope that we don't publish this and they lose right away, right?
I'll be the saddest man in the world.
Because
I mean, even though that's free money, Vegas gave me that money when we went for the Super Bowl last year. It would still suck if they didn't at least get to the Super Bowl and represent. So yeah, I feel you. Let's change gears to basketball now.
Okay.
Which is, of course, our favorite sport. We love the way they dribble up and down the court.
That's right.
Our beloved Spurs.
That's right.
You've got the Victor shirt on. Guys, if you didn't notice this is like a spoof of Step Brothers. It's Wemby and it's my boy Sohan. I thought it was hilarious. I got it for Christmas. I had to wear it for the podcast, guys. It's hilarious.
So our predictions were you predicted that the Spurs would be 44-38.
Yes.
I predicted that they would be 38-44.
Yes.
Right now they're sitting at what, 19-21?
19-19 or 19-20, something like that.
No, they've lost twice.
Okay, so 19-21.
Yeah, 19-21.
Yeah, but they're still in. I mean, they could still make your prediction and they could still make mine.
I think so. They just need to turn it up. They need to turn it on. They need to get going. Because the last few games, I would say 5 or 6 games, they've been kind of playing in mud.
Every time Wemby goes out, it's like they forget how to play basketball. It's like they forget how to D up.
And that's why he's 4th, I believe, or 5th in MVP voting.
Yeah. Because he's carrying this team.
He is carrying this team
and
in a really big way.
Crazy shit. At least once or twice a game.
Man, he's doing some things that you're just like, at this point, like, going forward, you're going to start to see people have this idea of like, oh, that's normal for Wemby to do something like that. But it's really not.
No.
You have to keep in perspective, none of this is normal from Wemby.
Yeah.
Someone that's 7'4", that's handling the ball the way he is, should not be allowed by the laws of physics to be able to do some of the things that he does.
Yeah, his crazy around the back stuff, his dunks.
Yeah, his finesse.
Taking one step from the side and taking one step and banking it in, or one step and dunking. And then you just have guys looking like, what the hell can I do?
You can't do anything.
Because you can't.
You can't do anything. So
he's put so many people on a poster.
Yeah.
And, all ESPN talks about is that damn Ja Morant play where he dunked on Wemby, and it didn't even count.
no, they showed
It's
the thing like,
come on,
they're
man.
like, is this the greatest non-counting dunk of like? Who cares? It didn't
who
count.
cares? It didn't count. Yeah.
So-
it's like, talk about the things Wemby does. That's what I want you to do.
Right.
How he's hitting almost half-court threes and does all these amazing things. I mean, we both agree Wemby is the runaway winner for Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh, not even close. I think that he's, and I was thinking about that. And this is actually something DeMarcus Cousins said, that at minimum, Wemby is probably going to be the greatest defensive player of all time. And I agree with that.
Yep.
A lot of people are putting him in like, is he going to be the GOAT? Is he going to be, in that conversation with Jordan and LeBron and Kobe, right? That has yet to be determined. That will depend on whether he stays healthy and whether his offense builds even more. But in terms of his defense, there's no denying that Wemby is the best defender in the league right now.
Yep.
At 21 years old.
Yeah.
And
I love Shaq, but Shaq, seriously, dude, we love you. You're San Antonio Budo all the way, right? You really are. I know you were born in Germany or whatever, and you traveled and all that stuff, or you were Army brat. I get it. We still think you're San Antonio hometown, but you have got to get off of Wemby, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bad look for you, and everybody respects you, but even people that mega respect you think what your takes are on Wemby are a joke. You saying that he does not belong in the All-Star game? Dude, come on, that's whack.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I used to really hate Shaq, especially as a Laker. I grew to love Shaq when he went to Miami and then later on. But it's starting to sound like he's jealous.
He is peanut butter and jelly, isn't he?
It sounds like he's
He is.
peanut butter and jelly
With a dash of Tabasco.
with a dash of spice, because anytime he gets to undermine Wemby's accomplishments, he does.
We've already seen this show. It's called Bull Bull.
No, it's
Get
not.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Bull's not averaging 25, 11, and 4
No.
blocks. So
in his whole lifetime, he hasn't.
No. So I think the problem is with Shaq, he's afraid that someone as frail and skinny as Wemby can be as dominant as Wemby is.
And it's taken some of the shine off of him.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, oh my God, Shaq, MDE, most dominant ever.
Yeah.
And you see this cat blocking people left and right. I mean, 8 blocks the other day at halftime.
Yeah,
That's sick, man.
He's the only player ever to have 8 blocks and 2 steals at the half.
Yeah, that's sick. But let's talk about another thing to be jazzed about as a Spurs fan.
Okay. Steph Castle.
Castle, baby!
We predicted that he was going to win Rookie of the Year, or at least be
looking good.
It's looking good. He's in the running, top 3, and we said that he would probably be Rookie of the Year or finish no worse than top 3.
Yeah.
And he's looking every bit of it. And the last few games, I think the last 3 games he's put up 20 at least.
Yeah.
And this most recent game he put up 20 against Memphis. He had back-to-back 20 points against Memphis in the last 2 games.
He's a badass, man. I mean, give him this playing time. Take the shackles off. Let him go to town.
Yeah.
He's a badass dude.
For some reason, when he's come off the bench this year, he hasn't been as
jazzed
as
up.
good.
Yeah.
And I think it's because he's the type of player that needs to start.
He does.
Whenever he started, he's contributed tremendously.
Yeah, and Keldon hasn't done bad coming off the bench.
Keldon hasn't, but I don't know if I would. It's hard to say, but maybe you take Vassell off the bench.
I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
Maybe you put Castle at the 2 and just let him run that combo guard with Chris.
Him and Paul, because really he can also play point also.
Yeah.
It's a nice little dual threat.
And then you have Jeremy, and then Harrison, and then Wemby.
Yeah.
And I think that is enough to push us over the edge, because
Sohan's hurt right now.
Sohan is hurt, and Castle has stepped up. But what you've seen is ever since Vassell's been put into the starting rotation since he's gotten healthy, Castle's productivity has been going down a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that Castle just needs more playing time. He needs that starting exposure. And when he's out there, I mean, he is the second best player on the court at times.
The game that we saw it again, this has been pre-recorded, but we saw the second Memphis game yesterday, and that guy was killing it for the first 5 minutes, man.
Yeah.
They couldn't stop it.
Oh, he had like 13 points in the first quarter or something crazy like that.
Mode.
He was going off.
Oh, yeah.
And he's capable of averaging 20 points a game. You know, he's averaging like 11 or 12 right now, but he's definitely a guy that can bring the energy every night.
Yeah.
And he brings that defensive tenacity. And him and Wimby, Area 51, that is...
Area 51.
Area 51. That combination right there is scary defensively.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of the... Because this has been a really dramatic basketball season already. We're not even at the halfway point.
Right.
Let's talk about the two biggest surprises. Who's the biggest surprise in the West as far as you're concerned?
In the West, probably Houston.
Yep.
And our producer.
Give us some sugar on that
Yeah,
one.
that's right.
Yeah, our producer Jada's a huge H-Town fan, so we won't hold that against her. We still love her. But yeah, talk about Houston.
Houston, Şengün, Jalen Green, Van Vliet, they've all been balling out.
Yeah.
And they are second in the West as it stands.
Yeah.
And I don't see them relinquishing a top 3 seed in the West.
Well, shit, when you're in the lottery since 1996, I guess you're bound to get somebody right.
That was a subtle jab at the Rockets. The Rockets are a really competitive ball club. They have a lot of really good young pieces. And really what's most threatening about the Rockets is they have so many young assets that they can go out and trade for a guy like
Jimmy Buckets.
Jimmy Butler. They can trade for a guy like Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
They can trade for a guy like Devin Booker.
Because it won't hurt them. They'll still have
They'll
reserves.
still have a lot. So they're on
you
the
got
up and
Cam
up.
Whitmore.
Cam Whitmore off the bench. Reed Shepard is not playing
He
any
hasn't played
basketball.
a lick. And that's what we were worried about, maybe taking Rookie of the Year over Castle.
Right. I also said Connect, and he's threatening. But
And we could have had Connect, I know. I mean, everybody that was crying about us not getting the kid that went to...
Dillingham?
Dillingham.
Yeah.
That wound up being all for
he got
naught.
sent to the G League.
Yeah, I know, because he's too skinny and he sucks
He's
right
too
now.
frail. Yeah, he needs time to develop. But you know, going back to the biggest surprise in the West, who is your biggest surprise in the West?
I'd have to agree with you. I don't, honestly, the Rockets, yay, but I think the way that OKC's turned it on, they're just, they're head and shoulders better than anybody else.
Oh, I agree.
And once they get everybody, including Ichabod Crane, they're going to be scary.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the East. Because
Ichabod Crane being Chet Holmgren.
Yeah, Ichabod Crane equals Chet Holmgren. Let's talk about, as a Spurs fan, we've got our eyes peered not just on the Spurs, we've got our peripheral vision looking at Charlotte, the Bulls, and Atlanta.
Okay.
Atlanta's pissing me off because they keep winning. And they're hovering around 500, but that's not good enough to get them in the lottery. We need those bastards in the lottery.
Right.
We have the Bulls almost where we need them. If we can get them at about the 12 or 13 spot, we have a chance to get the 11th or 12th pick, which would be decent. Charlotte, there's no way that we're going to get that first round pick. Now, they suck so bad.
Yeah.
Even Suck says they suck. So we're not going to get anything decent from Charlotte. So it's going to convert into 2 seconds. Mm-hmm. But my surprise team over that is the Cleveland friggin' Cavaliers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Wow. They are, who would have thunk it? Everybody was like Boston and everybody else in the East. Come correct.
Yeah.
Cavaliers are for real.
Yeah. The Cavs, they also have a lot of good young pieces. Evan Mobley, Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen. Isaac Okoro. They've got some really good ball players on that team. Darius Garland has been balling out.
Garland's bad, and there's been rumors about us going after Garland. But I think you and I are in agreement.
Yeah.
We do not need to do anything.
Not right now. No.
The only guy I would even think about is Vucevic from
Vucevic,
Vucevic from the Bulls. That's it. Because they only want second rounders.
Right. So if you got to if you traded Zach Collins and maybe like a Blake Wesley or Malachi Branham for Vucevic, and you give him 2 seconds, maybe even 3. However many seconds. We have so many first and second round picks in the next 7 or 8 years that we can give them whatever they want. And
as long as it's not first round
picks. But exactly right. But dude,
Yeah.
Voos dropped 40 yesterday.
Yeah, I
and
know.
so that's,
He's a beast. He would be great next to Wemby.
He would.
for sure.
So the last prediction I wanted to go over was De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
Because I agree with you that we shouldn't make any moves this year. I think we should just let it ride. But I did say at the beginning of the year, I really want the Spurs to go after De'Aaron Fox.
Yes.
And now the rumor mills have been swirling that Fox is the favorite to land Fox is the Spurs if he becomes available.
And they're also saying the same thing about Jimmy Buckets, but I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't
because
do Buckets,
think
no.
He's too much of a malcontent.
Yeah,
I love his game. He's a beast, but he's too much
But
of
he's
a
also
malcontent.
getting up there in age. He's in his early 30s,
Yes.
mid 30s, but Fox is still like 28, I think.
The only problem with Fox, and I think we've talked about it, Wemby's going to be the first $300 million man. He's going to be. You mark my words. You can mark this tape. Fox is $200 million plus. That's $500 million on two guys. That's too much money, guys. If we go and we use our draft picks smart, we're in the lottery. Maybe we get Cooper Flagg. Maybe we get Dylan Harper. We got to start. I think we got to wait till at least summer of 2025 before we go in.
I agree.
Okay, cool. Great segment.
Great segment.
Yeah.
That brings us to segment 2, rapid fire predictions.
Rapid fire predictions.
Rapid
I
fire.
promise it'll be rapid this time, not slow.
Okay, yeah. So, all right, first prediction.
Yes.
Are the Rangers ever going to make it back to the World Series?
Hell no.
Okay.
But they gave me one so I could die a happy man.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
Okay. Are the Dodgers going back to back?
I think it's going to be Dodgers Yankees, and I say Dodgers in 6.
I think it's going to be Dodgers Mets.
Ooh, no,
Oh,
Dodgers.
they can't. They can't. That's right. I'm stupid.
We haven't even done sipping trivia
I
yet.
know. All right. All right.
It's
Rapid
gonna be
trivia. Rapid
Dodgers
trivia.
and who?
All right. NFL.
No. You have to come back to baseball. Dodgers and who? Do you think it's Yankees?
It might be
Like
Yankees.
Tampa Bay,
It'll
or do you
probably
think
be.
Boston? What?
I don't know
You
enough.
think Houston's got any juice left? The Astros?
No, I think their window's closed.
I think so too.
I think they're windows, but probably the Yankees if I had to guess.
Okay, well there you go. We'll see
and I
that.
picked the Dodgers again.
Yeah. That pitching staff's the 5 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Oh, my
not
God.
4. They got 5 studs. Because
Yeah.
if you add Ohtani, holy crap.
Yeah.
Okay. So
not-
baseball's done.
NFL.
NFL.
Chiefs Texans.
Come on. You guys even know who the hell I'm picking. It's kind of like that Chris Rock movie, The President one, right?
Head of state.
Who the hell do you think I'm voting for? No, the Chiefs. I mean, I love the Texans. They're a year away. You did make a bold prediction at the beginning for our football
I
segment. What did you
did.
say?
I said the Texans were going to make the AFC Championship,
that
and they were
means
going
they'd
to.
have to beat my beloved Chiefs.
But I said that they would play the Chiefs. So
So he's a week early.
I'm a week early, but I did say. But obviously, I don't think that they're going to win against the Chiefs this week. Rams Eagles.
I think the Rams coaching. The Eagles think they're hot snot, but they're really cold boogers on a paper plate. So I think that's
Cold
that's a
boogers
saying,
on a paper
That's
plate.
a saying from my generation, buddy. You think you're hot snot, but you're really cold boogers on a paper plate. Anyway, I think the Rams have so much as far as their confidence. They just beat a team that was 14-3. And the Eagles, like you said, Hurts is banged up. They lost a couple of guys in the secondary. They're primed to get beat. You got Puka Nacua. You got Cooper Kupp. Come on now. And that running back, Kyron Williams, is killing it.
Yeah, he is.
I'm just telling you right now, don't be surprised if the Rams do it again.
Commanders Lions.
My friend Anthony Lynn, I love you, Anthony. Go get him. He's a coach for the Commanders. I say Commanders in the upset of the Lions.
Okay.
I put my money where my mouth is.
Bills
too.
Ravens.
I would have said Ravens in the upset, except Zay Flowers is hurt. I'm going with the Bills and Allen all the way.
Okay.
Let's flip the script. How about you?
I'm going to say Chiefs, not just because I want you to win your bet, but also because I think that they've been playing possum just like they did last year. They've been playing possum all season long. They're going to start turning it on right now. And my prediction before the game is that they're going to blow out the Texans. 35-7 or something, 35-10, something like that.
That's not going to make Jade happy. Look
Sorry.
at that. Look at
Sorry,
that.
yeah,
Fordham.
that's
Look at
the
that.
fake-
Fordham.
I'm sorry, but your Texans suck. That's right. Yeah. So, I I say the Chiefs. I say the Eagles.
Okay.
And the reason I say the Eagles,
Barkley.
Yeah. Barkley's been the difference maker for them.
In a commanding running game does, if you feed your back, you're going to wear that defensive line down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could see it going that way.
And I'm choosing the Lions because I think that Goff and St. Brown are a deadly combo.
Yes.
My only concern is that Aiden Hutchinson's not going to be there.
Yeah.
And that Goff is kind of Jekyll and Hyde. So you never know which Goff you're going to get.
He's like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're going to get.
Exactly.
So as far as the Ravens Bills, my gut is telling me the Bills, but here's why the Ravens could pull the upset off.
Oh, Henry.
That's right. That's exactly. You read my mind. Because I think Derrick Henry running the ball 30 times is going to get the job done because the Bills' rush defense is not very good.
No, and we even talked about it with a friend of mine.
Yeah.
That is their Achilles heel. Is their D-line sucks.
Yeah.
Their linebackers are not as good as they've been. So if they feed him 40 times, 35 times,
Yeah.
whoa, mama.
It's going to be a different ball game, and that'll slow down the Bills' offense, which they kind of need to have that fast pace. Let me put it this way: if it's a gunfight, right? If it's a sling off between Jackson and Allen,
Allen's going to get him.
Allen's going to win it.
Yeah.
But if the Ravens control the clock,
Yeah.
if they run it with Jackson and Henry,
And
like
stay
you said,
committed to it.
and they run more than they pass, I think the Ravens are going to win.
Yeah, but like I said, the weakness for the Ravens right now is Zay Flowers has been called out for the game. That does hurt them as far as their passing game.
That does.
But yeah, that's so.
Predictions. So that's predictions for the NFL.
Yes.
Now let's go to predictions for basketball.
Let's do that.
Depoy.
You
Yep.
guys suck at rapid fire.
Oh my
You
God, we
explained
do.
Every single answer that you chose
Was a
That
long
his fault.
time.
That was his
No,
fault.
you're doing it too.
Well, I know. I was doing it because of him.
Let's talk basketball.
All right.
Defensive Player of the Year,
Wemby.
Wemby. Yeah,
Rookie of the year.
Castle, without a doubt.
Yeah. Who's going to come out of the West?
You know what, dude? I think it's OKC, but I give Houston a serious nod because of all that ability.
I'm going to say it's going to be, if Luka returns healthy,
Dallas.
I say it's going to be Dallas again.
And you know what? Don't count out Denver.
You can
That's
never
a
count out
great
them.
team.
You can never count
They've
out
been there
Joker.
before. They've been to the top
That's
of
right.
the mountain. They know what it takes to win. But I think OKC
I think they get it done this
is
year
gonna.
in the West.
That's all I can say.
In the West.
Now let's talk East.
I'm going to say Boston.
Well,
I think they're the team to beat still.
I have Boston also, but Cleveland is going to give them a fight
I think
because they
Cleveland-
match up so well.
I think Cleveland will be in the conference finals.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're ready just yet to take that leap. Now,
But
they can
here's-
compete with anyone.
Now, here's a caveat to last season. Cleveland made the postseason, and they did well. Donovan Mitchell lost, I believe it was his dad. So he had a heavy heart going into the season and the postseason. And he has played with a renewed, galvanized spirit. That guy is enjoying basketball and living his best life on the court. He's killing it right now. So I'm not going to say Cleveland can't do it. Boston's been there, done that. They should again, but don't be surprised if Cleveland comes and gets them.
Right.
So, yep. Guys, it was supposed to be rapid fire. We love to talk. That's why we have a podcast, right? We really screwed the pooch on this one. So, all right, guys. Let's talk real quick before we get off. What's your biggest disappointment in the East?
Philly.
Without a friggin' doubt,
Yeah,
right?
because they were supposed
Joel
to be right up
Embiid,
there.
what a tool.
They've been falling apart, man.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. It's
Yeah.
Philly. The West, Golden State. They are right just above the Spurs, just barely.
I would say the Pelicans. They can't stay healthy, and,
they
were
traded for DeJounte.
and they have Zion, they have Ingram, they have McCollum, and they're predicted to be one of the top.
And they have
teams,
no
and haven't-
excuses.
They have
Yeah.
No, they do. They've been banged up a lot this year. Like,
but even still, look, Memphis yesterday didn't have John. They beat the hell out of us worse.
yeah, if you're a
So,
playoff team, you got to take
You
care
have
of
to
business.
overcome. You
That's
have to
right.
adapt and overcome.
That's right.
But yeah, so that's the end of that segment. Good shit, bud.
So now it's time for Q&A.
With Q&A.
Don't do it so creepy.
I'm a manly man. Okay, anyway. Let's go for it, man.
All right.
Let's do our questions.
What prediction do you feel the most confident about?
I still believe it's the Chiefs. I still believe that my prediction of the Chiefs going all the way, I'm with you. I've been saying it like since like week 10. They're playing possum. Dude, they were 9-1 at week 10. They're playing possum. They're going to turn it on like those Spurs and Lakers teams used to in the postseason in the 2000s. When it's winning time, that's when they have all their that's when the skins on the wall happen. So
Yeah.
that's my prediction is the Chiefs all the way.
Yeah.
How about you, sir?
I'm going to say Stephon Castle getting Rookie of the Year.
Ooh, I like
I'm going to say Stephon Castle. I think that he's going to have he's kind of hit the rookie wall, but I think that he's going to overcome that and sort of defrost a little bit.
Yeah.
And by the time the season ends, I think that he'll be standing at the top.
All right, cool. So, how about this? What's your biggest, I guess, football off-season story that's going to be coming up? What do you think is going to be the biggest story in the NFL for this off-season?
Probably Dallas's head coaching situation. I think if they get Deion Sanders, I think that's going to be a circus show.
I think if you asked me that question, Quentin, what the biggest, off-season story is
Then let
gonna
me
be,
ask you, what is the biggest offseason story for the NFL going to be?
I think it's going to be the Reek Hill drama. I think it's going to be the
Reek Hill?
Tyreek Hill drama.
You think so?
Dude, I think he's going to string them along and he's going to command a trade. And I think Coach put on a good face and said, yeah, it's okay. We're good. I think when you talk mad shit like he did about the team and I want to go and all that, they'll grant you your wish. Just
Yeah.
like the Miami Heat. They tried to put on a happy face with Butler.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you know what, dude? Get the hell out of here.
That's
So
right.
that's what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
All right, so good segment.
All right.
We were a little bit more efficient there. I dig that.
Over
Just
the
say
trend.
the fucker. All right.
Sipping trivia.
Ladies and gentlemen, the segment you've all been waiting for, Sippin' Trivia.
Sipping trivia.
So we're bringing this one out. Quentin went and picked this up yesterday. It's 360 and it's double chocolate vodka. Let me tell you guys something. Anything with chocolate is good. Anything with double chocolate is real good. So I don't dig on vodka that much, but it's got chocolate. We'll make it work.
We'll make it work.
All right. So how about you do the honors, sir?
All right.
Lob a question.
All right, so Pat Mahomes has the most passing and rushing touchdowns before the age of 30 by any player ever. How many does he have?
216.
Close. 259.
That's not close. Don't be nice. That's
take a
friggin'
shot.
43 off. Putz that I am. Salud. Oh, that's tasty.
yeah.
I'm not kidding. That's dangerous. All right, don't worry. You're going to be drinking the next one, so it's all good.
All right.
All right. What running back has rushed for the most regular season and postseason yards in an NFL season?
In an NFL season,
Yes. I'm talking about regular season and playoffs.
Emmitt Smith?
TD.
Really?
Terrell Davis. And he actually has number 1 and number 2.
Wow.
When they went back to back?
Back to back.
Yeah, he did it both years.
Yeah, he had two of the greatest rushing seasons of all time there. But.
Drink it up, biatch!
All right.
All right.
Oh.
We're gonna. I told you it's delish.
Move that out of the way.
Yeah, I'm already feeling this one.
That's strong, man.
Yeah, I know. And it's a little thick too.
Yeah.
Because of the chocolate.
Yeah.
The chocolate.
It kind of tastes espresso.
All right, your turn, sir.
All right. How many All-Star selections have the Spurs had in the history of their franchise?
What's that again?
How many All-Star selections have the Spurs had in the history of their franchise?
36.
41.
That was
a good
close,
guess.
though, man.
Yeah.
That's mad props to me. Do I really have to get that shitty thing? 5 away with. She's gonna do it. Yeah, she's like, shut up and drink, big boy. Holy balls. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, my throat's burning.
Mine's not. This is really, the chocolate's giving me a coating.
Yeah.
It's like a chocolate reason went down my throat. Okay. Who hit 2,000 yards first and what year did it happen?
Wasn't it Chris Johnson in 2008? Oh no, Eric Dickerson in 1984. No.
Double murderer.
OJ?
And what year?
78.
73.
73,
78, he was with the 49ers.
I
Drink.
didn't know that. Okay, good lord.
Now, the last one you may get because this guy was in your wheelhouse
Okay.
when you were a kid.
All right. My last. Oh. My last question for you.
Man can't handle his licking.
Who was the last All-Star the Spurs had and what year?
It was DeJounte Murray, and it was 2018.
No,
2017.
22.
Shit.
But we'll each.
How about a half? Because I got half right. Just kidding, I'm drinking it all. But I'm at least done. No, I don't get another one, dickhead. There's only 3 questions. All right, last question. What Raven running back broke for 2,000 yards and what year was it?
Jamal Lewis in 2001.
You're wrong on the year, so it's a half a drink for you and a half a drink for me. God damn, I don't know how I wound up getting a half a drink.
What year?
He had 2,066 yards and it was in 03.
03. I should have known that.
If, what is that saying? If something in butt was candy and nuts, we'd
No, don't worry
I
about
don't
that.
know. Whatever. Yeah.
All right.
This shit's working.
This is. Whoo!
It's good stuff though. Highly recommend. It tastes
yeah.
good. You can't even tell it's vodka.
I can.
I can't. It's badass. Guys, happy 2025. We love you all. Thank you so much for watching this podcast and for letting us know that you enjoy our work. Guys, for Drinking Buddies, I'm Alex.
And I'm Quentin.
And thanks for listening.
All right.